If you're playing with a partner that you know is weaker than you, I'm gonna give you the exact blueprint that you can use for how to play effectively with them. So in this partnership, I'm the good one, she sucks. Let's get into it. I'm just kidding. The first thing we're gonna cover is for when we're all at the kitchen line dinking, the stronger player should be taking the majority of the dinks. So I should be getting the dinks from here all the way over. She's only responsible for this little corner. And if your partner doesn't want to accept that, if you think they'll get offended, the way that you tell them is you're going to be getting the majority of the balls anyway, so make yourself a smaller target. By her being over there, she's gonna get all the balls, so at least have less of a range. If she stands in the middle, then she has to get here, 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 everything. But if she's over there, she only has to worry about her little corner. Obviously, the partner you're playing with has to be on the same page. I wouldn't say that to a random person. So now for the second part of dinking, where should I actually aim the dink as the better player? I should always be pushing the dinks away from me. Meaning if I get a dink, I should be going that way with the balls. I should not be going this way in front of me. No, the key is to push the dink that way and step over and shrink the kitchen, making yourself a big presence. The reason is it's going to force this player to either try to go behind you where you'll be able to reach in and attack it. If they do get it over there, say it's a dink, I'll be able to recover. Sure, they might beat you once in a million times, but the key is to get big, shrink the kitchen, and force this player to keep the ball to this area. And the reason is, if they try to dink to my weaker partner, that's great. She can dink back, or I can come in and steal an easy dink from her. For the threat of making them feel pressure, I come in, I may do something. Even if I come in and hit a normal dink back, it still makes them feel pressure because I may speed it up, I may lob it. The other team will feel that. The reason we don't want to dink the ball in front of us is if I push the ball this way, that means I have to shift over to cover it, meaning it exposes my partner and makes them a bigger target. If I'm over here, it gives them so much room to work with. Whereas when I'm here shrinking, they have way less room. I'm in control. When I dink here, I'm no longer in control. It's that person versus this person. Obviously, it's not a be-all, end-all, meaning you should never dink the ball this way. Just the base plan that you should follow is 70 or even 80% of your dinks should be away from you. If you see this player coming super far over and you have an opening, of course, go behind them to keep them honest. Also, another great opportunity is if you get a dink that you can hit aggressively, it's good to go at that person, because if you're hitting the ball aggressively, it means they have to hit a defensive shot back. The thing you don't want to do is take a dink and just loft it over there. Then that person has full reign to dictate and probably win the point. Here's an example of what I mean. These would be good dinks to go at this person. So the ball comes, really aggressive. Oh, pretend that ball went in, but very aggressive like that. Here's another one. Very aggressive. That's a sharp ball, hard for them to handle. Now here's what you would want to avoid. So if I get a dink and I just hit that, that ball gives them full reign to go down the line, speed up, cross, do everything. Another example, nothing on it. That ball's getting crushed.
Time out, subscribe to the channel, press subscribe, bye!
Moving to the back of the court, now we're the serving team. After we serve and the opponents hit their return back, they're probably gonna target the weaker person, and that's actually good because her taking the drop frees me up and allows me to poach and get big in the middle, putting pressure on the opponents. If I stay back here and hit the third shot drop, then I can no longer poach and they can target the partner. As the stronger player, when I do take some of the third shots, I'm going to be driving them more than I'm gonna be dropping them. Why? Because when I drop, it's more of a passive approach. When I drive it, it's kind of like that poach. It puts pressure on the opponent and may allow me to drive and crash in following it up. To wrap up the video, You should take this information for what it's worth. I'm not saying you should play like this when you're playing with a random person or if you show up to an open play. This is strictly for if you're playing to win, like a league match or a tournament or something, and your partner is comfortable and understanding of their role. If it's rec play, you should play the court 50-50. You're not playing to win. In a tournament, you want to maximize your strengths, and this is the best way to utilize the stronger player. If you enjoy my style of teaching and want more content, I actually have my very own newsletter that I send out weekly where I'll create an instructional 2-minute long video that only people in the newsletter can see. Head to tanner.pickleball.com and sign up today. It's free.